I feel you understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, we are back again. Another wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I am so happy to be here. It's been 17 whole freaking weeks. I'm so proud of myself. Whew. Okay. You are watching the Sensual, Eccentric podcast on the Intellectual Network, the Intellectual Soapbox. How y'all doing today? It's been a long 17 weeks. It has been a rough 17 weeks, but we are here. I shared with y'all a few weeks ago, and I was boohoo crying in every episode. I am doing, I want to say, a lot better. Still taking it one day at a time, but I feel somewhat normal now. So whatever my normal is, because I'm never completely normal, because I'm an eyeball. I'm Galaxy Venus. Another name I go by is Goddess Essence, the Eccentric. So I'm eccentric as fuck. But I'm getting back to my sense of a rejoiceful life, a purposeful life, a happy life. And I'm thankful for that. So happy to be here with you guys with another wonderful topic. Another wonderful topic. And surprise, 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 I got a freaking co-host. Yo, yo, yo. Check me out. Doggone it. My co-host, the lovely lady to my right, Miss Sharice. She her YouTube name is hair growth grease, because this young lady makes hair grease. I might need to get me some. I ain't really trying to grow my hair, but I still may need to get me some, because what we say here in Chicago right now, I only got 2 scoops of hair. It's better than the 1 scoop I had when I first cut it, though. But I am going to allow my co-host to introduce herself, tell a lot about herself. So with no further ado, Miss Sharice, how are you, darling?
I am good. I have no complaints. First of all, I want to say congratulations on 17 weeks. Classic. I got real nervous when you say introduce and tell about myself. Like, oh my goodness, I'm like you. I don't have any words right now.
It be like that. Don't even worry about it. We gonna get this doggone train rolling, and when it get rolling, boy, it be rolling. You gotta stay on and hold on for the ride. Today's topic, everyone, is you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. How many people feel like they can truly handle the truth? Like, for real, for real. Or are you one of those people that know that you can't, or you have a difficult time handling the truth? Or what does handling the truth mean to you? Does it have to be said a certain way? Because I know there was a certain time in my life to where I was like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I've gotten older, and as long as you're not being disrespectful, the truth is the truth, period. If you gonna give it to me raw, straight, with no chaser, and it's just rough, like you want to do me hard with no Vaseline, then ouch, it hurts, but it's the goddamn truth. What can I do about it? Um, Miss Tate, do you feel like you can handle the truth?
I do.
Why is that?
Well, let me tell you, coming from a big family, you see a lot of things on both sides. Um, I have a big family on both sides of my family. Both of my grandmas had 12 plus kids. And in seeing that, you see different behaviors in the older adults. Um, and it kind of make you acceptable to realize different life experiences and how the truth will make life so much easier when it comes to both sides. You know, relationships, family, being acceptive. A lot back in those times before us, everybody was so judgmental. So that put up guards when it come to us accepting things and pushing off their judgment on us, to where we have to decide, do we want to still be in that way, that mind frame, or do we want to venture off and accept things for what we are and who we are and respect our truth and what that is?
I say, when I hear that, I think about um, a lot of times people don't even tell themselves the truth. We lie to ourselves a lot. And I cannot see how, if you're lying within yourself about who you are, what you got going on, how are you going to accept anything from anybody else when you can't even be honest with yourself? I think about people that and because I've never been there, I don't get it. People that are addicts, it take addicts forever to admit that they are addicts. And maybe it has a lot to do with what you said earlier, people being judgmental. We don't want to be judged. So we gonna lie about this problem that we have instead of saying, I I got an issue. This thing taking control of me, or whatever it is. I got an attitude problem. I'm nasty to people. I'm rude to people. So, well, that's just how I am, and they deserved it, or something like that. So, a lot of times we lie to ourselves. Um, I want to ask you, before I do that, for anybody that is watching, thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world doing anything, but I am thankful that you have decided to share space with me here on the Central Eccentric podcast. We talking about, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. I believe there are only a few people that truly can handle the truth. For real, for real. Um, I think that there is a time in our lives where we all lie to ourselves, because when you don't know any better, you can't do any better. So in that state of not knowing any better, maybe that's our stage where we lie to ourselves. Um, in particular for me, when it came to relationships, uh, I thought I was a good woman because I was a good person. Didn't realize that they were two different things. I remember the first time my very own spirit, nobody outside of me, myself, had to tell me, you're not a good woman. You wasn't a good wife. And I didn't beat up on myself. I wasn't hard on myself. I just said to myself, well, at the time I didn't know any better. So I had no great examples, anything like that. It was what it was. I wasn't a good wife at the time, but how can I be a great wife now? But I lived in delusion. Like you couldn't tell me back then I was a good wife. But check this out. I got married at 17. What the hell made me think I was a good wife at 17 years of age? I was still a fucking child. I'm trying to think of maybe one of the biggest lies I ever told myself. Maybe that I was a good wife. That I was there was a time, and this is a little funny to me. I laugh at this because like anybody that truly knows me know that I have issues. So I remember a time in my life to where I was like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm okay. And I teeter-tottered on that. Like deep down, I was like, it's something could be. But just like some of the people that don't know me well, I based it off, I'm too smart. I'm too intelligent. I'm too wise. I can't be mentally unstable with all of this wisdom. So those are some of the things that I have lied to myself about in the past. And another big one, I thought because I was a good person that I was picking good mates for myself. We just automatically think, if we okay, the people that we choose to be in our lives gonna be a-okay too. Bump, wrong, not so. Is there anything in your life that you can remember or feel or believe that you've lied to yourself about? That you had to come to a realization at some time, like, whoa, that's not true, boo-boo.
Prime example, judgment. I would be like, oh, I'm not judgmental. I don't like judgmental people. But then when certain circumstances come up, why'd you do that? That you have so much to say, and then you start looking like, okay, wait a minute. If I was in this situation, how would I want somebody to approach me?
I think that kind of answers my question, or the question I was going to ask of what made you realize that you were judgmental and that you no longer wanted to be judgmental. For me, going back to one of my biggest lies, thinking that I was choosing suitable partners for myself. I realized that if I wasn't happy in the relationships, and you got these long-term, short-term relationships, because I think if a relationship doesn't make it over 5 years, it's not really long-term. We think 2 years is a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? This is coming to me just now, right now, as I'm speaking. 2 years is not long-term. It's not really short term because it's more than a year, but you're still kind of like in your baby stages of developing a flow of a happy relationship. I say this because there are a lot of I was going to say a lot of ships of mine. So let me find out that I ain't had no relationships. I just had ships. Okay, I'm gonna need spirit to slow down just a little bit for me right here so I can take this all in, because I'm always learning something each and every episode. But my relationships tend to not last no more than 2 years. And I was like, damn, like what the fuck, man? Like what the And I used to call myself the 2-year queen. It's like, hey, we make it to 2 years, we good. But I'm sick of it right now. I want a long-lasting, healthy relationships. I'm not gonna say I'll take 20. I mean, take two, because it be some great times, wonderful memories that I have in those 2 years. But I'd rather have two. I mean, I'd rather have 20 than two. My brain just went backwards as hell right there. I'd rather have 20. I want a a book of wonderful memories with somebody relationship wise, not a goddamn short story. Now, short stories are awesome, but you get to a good novel where you just hunker down and read that mug, and it keeps getting better and better and better as you read the novel. And sometimes you don't even want to get to the end. You wonder about the end because the book is so good for those of us that read, or a movie. Um, a good movie instead of like a 30-minute episode of a television show. You know, you be with somebody for 2 years. That's a 35-minute episode. That's it. Like, you put all the good shit up in that episode, and then the episode open. It's like that's it. That's all you got. What you thinking, Miss Tate?
Well, me, short ships, whatever it is, don't work for me. Um, but then a lot of long ships, when people show you who they are, I've had to separate from those. And it was what I would so call consider long, respectable ships. But then I also realize people come into your life for a reason and a season. Not everybody is meant to be lifetime.
For sure. So when you hear the term, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth, is there anything in particular that comes to mind? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that?
Well, I'm gonna go back with again family history. Um, my dad loved a lot of women, even though he
Yeah,
was
I heard
married.
that not a lot of, a lot of.
He was married. Him and my mom was married all our life, and he needed multiple women to make him happy. So
Mm.
I stayed in trouble a lot in school, and in doing that, I hung out with him. He worked overnights. I hung out with him a lot of time during the day, which was when he would visit all of his friends and the extra aunties I had in these ships. So I had to go with him, and I accepted him in his truth. Everybody was really upset that I did, but because I spent the majority of my days with him, I couldn't help but to see who he was and respect that. He showed me his truth.
Mm.
He showed me his truth. So when I started speaking on it to my mom, she was fire hot mad. But because of seeing that, I've always been tell me the truth and let me decide what I want to be in.
You mentioned a very important point. You said you spending time with him, you were able to see his truth. There are times when people don't have to tell us anything, but when we pay attention to people, when we are around them, when we don't have a preconceived notion, and we just observe and take everything in, then we see who people are. You just automatically know from spending time with people. That takes me to a place to where we don't really know people, because there are so many people that can say something about you and be totally off. Now, I'm going to say this. When it comes to truth, truth can be subjective and relative. Just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, just as well as, we shouldn't argue someone's offense. We shouldn't argue someone's truth. I'll give an example. We're sitting here right now. I may say something that offends you or hurt your feelings. And if you say to me, Galaxy, I found that offensive, that hurt my feelings, I believe it is wrong for me to say, I didn't offend you. Just because I didn't try to or purposely offend you doesn't mean that something I did or said was offensive. That is your truth. And we should never discredit someone's truth just because we don't agree with it. When I was thinking about the title of the podcast earlier, it made me think about, I went back to something I experienced a couple of years ago. And there's a certain individual that lives in my city. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this live on camera, that I absolutely cannot stand. I almost hate them with a passion. I'm a poet here in the city of Chicago, and there is a very, very, very popular poet that I hate with a passion. And I have a very specific reason why I say, well, I hate their character. And I hardly ever use the word hate. I use despise, I use dislike, and I can't say that I do despise them. And I remember I had an experience with them that led to this certain hatred. And I didn't talk about it a lot publicly, but there are so many people that absolutely adore, like sincerely adore this person. But some people show different versions of themselves to certain people. Y'all stay on the bus ride. Y'all know where I get, don't get off. Yeah, this ain't the stop. The doors are closed. You can't get off the bus, okay? I'm talking about people's truth and not arguing people's truth. What I say about this person, even though somebody else doesn't agree, doesn't mean that what I say is not true, because it's my truth. This person may be all that and a million bags of chips with $1 million, with a million bags of chips sitting on top of $1 million to them. I will accept that for you. If you think they are wonderful, bravo for you that they are wonderful for you. But for me, they're a piece of shit. In the same way we could talk about people could talk about us. People can look at me and say, now, I certainly don't feel this way. And I know that the people that really, really know me, that truly know me, know that I'm going to use that W word again, that I am a wonderful person. I got some fucked up ways about me too. Like, I tell everybody I'm a motherfucker. I fuck mothers too. That's neither here nor there. Get a little crazy sometimes. But I know people got opinions about me. They could call me crazy. They could call me lazy. They can call me non-ambitious. Some people may call me a bum. Some people may be like, that's a ain't shit piece of ass woman over there. She ain't shit. Fuck Galaxy. Or, some people know me by Altaviz. Man, fuck Altaviz. Hey, if that's your truth, middle finger to you. Like, fuck me. Like, I don't mind someone else's truth about me, because I'm not responsible for your prescription. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Some people, their lenses are different. And if you looking through some cracked lenses, some lenses that got the wrong prescription, it's up to you to fix your eyesight. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. I'm gonna let you keep your broken ass glasses and your fucked up lenses and your messed up perception, and I'm gonna let you live in that. So with that being said, and I'm gonna take a break. I don't know how many people that will catch this. Oh, somebody said I love it here, and I love that you love it here. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Did you see that? I can't see those.
It popped up really, really quickly, and I happened to catch it. And I'm so glad I caught it and was able to read it. But for the people that wear glasses, have y'all ever, or if you wear glasses and your glasses are off, you can't see well. Man, look, when I ain't got my glasses on, shit is blurry. I can't hardly see. It gets munched up and jumbled up together. And it literally looks a little like crap. And I'll be like, I don't see how people do it. Like, I need my glasses. And I need good glasses, the right prescription, so I can see clearly. Clearly is the key. I'm gonna ask you, Miss Tate, is there a truth that you've ever had to share with someone that you know for a fact was absolute truth? It wasn't just your truth, but it was like the truth, and the person could not handle the truth?
Yes. Ooh, I felt that.
It gets real here on the Sensual Eccentric podcast. I was
I don't
saying
know.
last week, I think it was last week, we don't do mess, but we do message. And there are so many messages in the topics that we speak about here. If you guys have not seen all of the episodes, I encourage you. I ask you, I ain't too proud to beg, like TLC said. I beg you, please go back and watch some of them. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell an enemy, a frenemy, tell a family member. But let's grow the channel. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. Let's elevate, and let's be intellectual. God damn it. Okay, I'm done. But speaking on a truth that you needed to share, or you shared with someone and they could not handle the truth, if you don't mind, of course, share a little bit about that.
I won't tell the situation. I'll just say within the last year, 2 people knew about this truth, me and the person that I talked to about it. No, it was an absolute no making it up. Nothing is just all in my head. I spoke to them and had a conversation with them about a certain situation. Well, we both know it's the truth. But because that person is in denial, mental challenges, whatever the issue may be, they deflected it. And I was okay with that. Because I brought back up, look, I remembered XYZ, this and that. And I said, what type of headspace was you in to do something like that or act in this certain behavior? And the person told me, take that up with counsel, because he was not responsible for his actions back then.
Okay, that is very interesting. I want to take a moment. I saw a comment that came up and it said, there it is. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. That is something right there. So when I see that says that me, myself, and I can say that about myself, me individually, Galaxy Venus specifically, not individually, specifically, I know for a fact that I can handle the truth. I have been put in the fire but most people can't handle my truth. So when I read that comment, I was like, whoa, do you know how mature you have to be to handle the truth? Because everybody not going to tell the truth in a polite, nice way. I had one of my children told me at one time, Mom, I don't like you. A lot of people would have lost their shit for their child to say, I love you, but I don't like you. You think he tried to be nice about it? F no. He just put it on the table. And I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. There was that. How many years ago was this? Maybe 3 years ago. Since then, I have noticed, within the 3 years, our relationship has changed. Now, I have not asked them, but the way that they deal with me now and the way that they deal with me, or the way that they was dealing with me then, I can say that I believe that they, I don't know if I should say somewhat like me now, or they have come to understand me in a way that they can like me. That I'm not just being tolerated. The thing about me is I'm such an evolved being. I understood why they didn't like me. Because I know me. I know myself. I do a lot of self-inventory all the time, because my personal biggest goal in life is to be the best species / being that I could possibly be in this dimension, in this construct, on this planet, however you want to put it. I just want to be the best that I could possibly be from the inside and let that radiate out. But you brought up a point. You said that this person knew the truth, but they were in denial. I don't think I've ever had a experience like that for me personally. There are times where someone has told me something and I was in denial because I truly didn't see it. But me, I know that the people around me that are able to counsel me, if you tell me something, even if I don't see it or I don't agree with it, I'm going to go back to my inventory and I'm going to examine that. And if it's valuable, I'm going to keep it. If I feel like it's trash, I'm going to throw it away. Now, sometimes there's been a few times in my life to where I think I done threw something away and it popped back up and I'm like, where the hell did you come from? Oh, they were right after all. Okay. And then I'm mature enough to go back and be like, you know what? What you told me was right. Like, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I finally got to that place in life to where I can see it. But we have to evolve in that.
Let me add, the old feisty me would have hopped in the car and drove 700 and some miles away and did a drive-by. But because I'm in my healing phase, you know what? I said my piece. We both know what the truth was and is. I just need a closure. And even though you didn't admit it, I'm okay. It's not my problem. You can't accept the truth. You can't handle it. And you know it's the truth. You keep being in denial. Deuces.
I don't think I ever want to be in a place in life to where I can't accept the truth. Because if we can't accept the truth, how do we grow? How do we learn? I think this is a Bible scripture that says, "You shall know the truth." And in some translations, it says, "The truth will set you free." But if I'm not mistaken, there's a translation that says, "The truth will make you free." It's something about truth that opens you up, and you're just different. It's like, okay, even within yourself, I know my truth. Prime example. Oh my gosh. So I am a very sexual, sensual, sometimes promiscuous, or what some people, like to call a free spirited person. I had to get comfortable with myself and accept that truth. And because I have accepted that or accepted that, I'm liberated. I don't care if people think I'm whorish, if people think I'm nasty, because I am a lifestyler. I'm polyamorous. I'm into a lot of shit. Okay. And I love my goddamn life. I love it. I love it. I love it. But me being able to accept my truth liberated me. So anybody else could say whatever they say, and I'm not cringing, and I'm not feeling bad because I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to be accepted by you. For the people that what's the word? Not bond. Um Come on, I need help, spirit. Uh, the people that I'm equally yoked with, if we operate on the same frequency, then cool, right on. Let's rock on. You understand it, you get it, or at least you just accept that this me and I'm gonna be me regardless. Then cool. If you don't, and that ain't for you, and you got your opinions about it, then I respect that too. Don't disrespect me though, because then I'm gonna have to get in that ace. I'm gonna have to get up in there. Um, have I know I have had to tell people some truths that they could not accept. They could not handle it. Um, I have, and I'm very transparent, so I'm just gonna be honest. It is what it is. I have dated, I was going to say at least two, but now I'm remembering the third one. I have dated, I believe, three alcoholics. Um, and I think only no, none of them were able to admit and accept that they were alcoholics. They thing is, I like to drink. And I'm like, there's a difference between liking to drink and when you don't have a drink, you got the goddamn shakes. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I like to drink. If I don't have a drink in a week, I'm not sick from not having a drink. You got a goddamn problem, man. Like, what the heck? How can you deny that? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, that would be the same as like, I like, I gotta be YouTube friendly. I like, I like sex and sexual relations. If there was ever a time in my life to where somebody came and told me, "Hey, Bookie, you a little out of control. I know you a free spirit, but you might want to check yourself. You're doing a little bit too much." I'm going to go inside myself and be like, what's to that? Why would they say that to me? Because people, if they're not being judgmental and they're coming from a place of love, something that they're telling you for a reason. Now, for a few months ago, up until recently, I was in a deep, deep, dark depression. So much to where I wasn't the S word, but I didn't care whether I was here or not. Like, if something happened, cool, I'm okay with that. I don't mind getting the fuck up out of here. Like, it's cool. And I shared with a dear friend of mine that I was feeling A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And in so many words, that heifer said, ain't nothing wrong with you. Nigga, what? Are you in my skin? But because she knows me and she understands me. Good night, dearie. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your space. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Mwah. Um, but I took into consideration where she was coming from because I know that I can be really, really needy. And when I'm feeling needy and I'm not getting what I need, maybe there's this empty part of me that is tricking me into feeling like I don't care whether I'm here or not. And she knows me well enough to know that. Like, you do care. You just got some shit going on you need to deal with right now. And it's one of those things because I love her and I respect her, and she is wise in her counsel. I had to pay attention to that. I'm going to take a moment to welcome another panelist that has joined me, Miss Chocolate Earth. What's up, love? It's so good to see you, boo.
Girl, hello. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize my mic was off the mute. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm
I'm
special.
good, darling.
I had to come see you. But I don't want to derail the conversation. But when you get to the end, I wanna holler at you behind the scenes if that's all right if I hang out with you.
Absolutely, absolutely,
And nice to
absolutely.
meet you, the other young lady that's on the stage. How you doing today?
Hey, Miss Chocolate.
You can call her
Hey.
Miss Reese. You can call her Miss Tate. You can call her the Grease Lady. She known here in Chicago as the Grease Lady.
See, I'm all the way
'Cause-
on the west side of the world. Everybody I hang out with though are east siders because originally I'm from the east side. I think they do that on purpose. So they make sure we meet up in the middle somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna mute up
Well,
now.
we West Siders.
Yeah,
well, no, she's talking
yeah,
about as far as regional. We not East Coast.
yeah,
Well, you in Maryland now. So I'm
yeah.
Midwest.
That's
This half on the East Coast. I'm not on the damn East
ah.
Coast.
I'm gonna let y'all continue. I'm right here. I'm right here. You know, I'll say something if I can put 3 cents in there.
Right on. All cents are valuable. Because this is the intellectual soapbox, goddamn it, and
I know that's right.
we ain't having people say shit if they ain't got some real shit to say. You feel me? Booyah.
Oh, okay. Well, let me say this. Hey, ladies, I'm looking for readers for my romance novels that I'm putting out this week. So if you interested, please let me know. I throw my email insta in the back chat if anybody interested in the chat. Because again, Miss Venus, you can ask Soap. I sent him a message saying when you talk to her, tell her I want to talk to her, but I see he didn't give you the message. So anywho, see.
Well, as of right now, ding, 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 ding. You can ring my bell.
Bell,
Ring my
ring my
bell.
bell, hey my bell, dang a lang a lang. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all.
Dagalay. She gonna get me started.
No, see,
Um,
I ain't come up here to disrupt because people say it be my fault. So I'm gonna be quiet, let you finish. There you go. Y'all got it.
look, I know how to handle you. We good. I want to ask you a question though, boo, while you're here.
What's up?
Have you ever had to tell somebody the truth, but they couldn't handle the truth? Any experiences with that at all?
Oh, yes, many. Um,
Care to share?
of course I do. It comes to mind when my one of my relationships I was in, and we were laying in the bed together one day, and he said, "You know what? They talk about women having a list. I have a list." And I said, "Oh, okay, pull it out." let's see, what the list say. Girl, he got the name and all this stuff off on that list. And I'm laying in the bed, just quiet, just listening. And at the end of it, I told him, you know that ain't me, right? I ain't checked one box on there. I said, so are you sure you want to be in a relationship with me? You talking about marrying me?
So this was a list of things he wanted or desired in a woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so I looked straight at him and I said, I'm not for you. And he said, well, I said, dogs have sex, sir. That don't mean they stay together forever. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. I would rather be, that's fine. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. They don't have a hybrid. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that. The one you said. Anyway, so I am trying to tell him, listen, it's okay if we're not compatible in those ways, right? Because again, I'm willing to, and I'm telling him this. Everything I'm saying to y'all, I'm telling him. I don't mind, not so much as I don't care about you, but I don't want you to be with me and I'm not who you want. Child, this man got to crying. I ain't never seen a man cry so much in my life. And I'm not laughing
What
that he
you be doing
cried.
to these
Don't
people?
ask me that. Don't
You got
ask
that
me that.
chocolate magic, baby.
I just treat people well. If you're gonna be in my life, I'm gonna treat you well until you stop treating me well. Come here.
That's it right there.
See, I'll turn the faucet on. You can have as much water as you want. You can come and go to the water hole as much as you like. But the minute
And
you start
drink and be
acting,
full.
yes, and be
Never thirst
married.
again.
Yes, I make it accessible to you, boo. You mine, I'm yours. What's the point, right? I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of times, in my relationships, I've had men straight up tell me that I scare them, that they don't deserve this kind of love, and I be like, I've had them tell me they weren't good enough for me. So,
Wow.
like I said, I told him the truth, and child, you might as well say it. I called his mama a name and slapped him to the ground and took his lunch money. Because he was like, this is just a piece of paper. I said, look, you taking it one way. I said, and I can't stop you from that. I said, but what you don't understand is I'm comfortable with me. So if I'm not who you want, there's billions of people in the world. So why would you stress if we're not compatible? You could find someone else. And there you go. That's my little story.
You know what, chocolate? That reminds me of when people are in delusion. Like, sounds like he was a little delusional. You
Oh,
know,
little is yeah. Go ahead and amp that word up. Little is not the word though. I just go
we
ahead. You got it.
say all the time when people show you who they are or tell you who they are, believe them. Because
Yes, and
I'm
we don't.
just like you. We got so much in common. I know myself. I'm comfortable with myself. I tell people, anybody that I'm courting in the courting stage, um, you're going to have the best time of your life with me, but I can be a little bit difficult. I'm a motherfucker,
Who
but
is
you don't.
who
But you
isn't? And
gonna
I
get
apologize to
everything you
interject, but who
need.
isn't? Right. We just tell the truth about it. We wear who we are outside as well as inside. That's what gets us so easily hurt.
But I be
But
wanting
we
people to know I'm a little bit cray.
yes,
I'm moody and I got
crazy.
mood swings, but
Let's
I'm
go.
mature enough to where I handle my mood swings. If I'm in a
Um,
mood, I'm gonna tell you, hey, I ain't feeling my best. Um, a story of you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. I have a similar thing about a lover that I was telling them I was friends with somebody, and I was like, they wanted to be with me, and I was like, I don't think we should be together. We're good as friends. My
they don't
silly
like
self
that.
want, my silly self wanted to prove a point to show them, even though I knew better, got into a relationship. It didn't work. But There are times to where I tell people, I'm a bit cray, I'm a bit off. You may never know that unless you live with me, depending on how much time we spend together. How many you spend a night at my house? It like cause but the thing is when you so wonderful, people don't want to see the ugly in you. Nigga, I'm ugly too, damn it. Like we can't be pretty all the goddamn time.
You're not allowed to be that when you're the strong one. When your family group or friend group look at you as the head honcho, you might not have asked for that appointment, but we get it. We make people feel safe, and vulnerability is scary, men and women both. I'm sorry, go ahead, you got it.
I want to ask you, and then I'll get to Miss Tate. Has there ever been a time in your life to where you couldn't handle the truth, and there was something that somebody told you that you just flat out denied, or you was in denial about, and maybe perhaps that you come to find out that what they said was true, or is it something you lied to about yourself, and then you got to a point to where it's like, no, boo, you need to deal with this because this is going on and you got to face it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I think the hardest thing that slapped me in the face was that I wanted to be the domestic black woman, to raise the kids black woman, have a house and be just like my mother and take care of my man and my kids. And I chose a man who was far, far away from any of that. And I was trying to make that shoe fit. And then somebody told me he was cheating on me. I didn't want to believe it, but I believed it. But I didn't want nobody to know I believed it. And so I did my own little investigation. And I wanted to believe him. I wanted so badly to believe him. And I drove up to his job. Oh, I'm sorry. I drove up to his job and he was a bouncer at a club. And I remember he was leaning up against the wall talking to this woman, and she jumped up on him and slid down his body. And then they kissed, I think. I'm sitting there in the parking lot in the dark like a creeper. Sitting in the dark watching.
That's what detectives do. We gotta be in the cut,
girl,
to get our surveillance.
While I was in the car, I made sure I was looking fantabulous, right? Just looking delicious, okay? I step out the car, and you could have bought him for nothing. I was the last person he was gonna see that night, and I told him, "We done. We done. You're not gonna walk away." And for some reason, you got me sprung. So I'm having a hard time. And my mother told me this. My friends told me this. I ain't want to listen to them. What y'all know? This my man. But child, it was true. He was cheating on me with the old lady up in a different city. There you go.
I hear their story and I think about, the topic being, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth, and it makes me think about when we have our own desires. It don't matter what the truth is because we want what we want. And so that just made me realize that if we as people are to accept the truth, we can't have any desires. We can't have any preconceived notions. Like we gotta see. We can't want, because our heart will get in the way of something. Even as I want to be a good person, and some people are not good people, but they want to be a good person so bad, or they want people to think they're a good person, that they can't realize or won't realize that your desire of wanting is actually keeping you from being. So yeah, that's really, really something. Miss Tate, how you feeling up there, hon?
I'm good.
Is there anything you would like to add after hearing Chocolate's story? Like, did it strike a nerve somewhere or strike a match?
It didn't. It did not. No.
It's so many stories I could tell behind that, but we are coming up upon the hour. So I want to say thanks again for everybody that has tuned in. I am having such a ball tonight. You ladies have been amazing. My lovely co-host, Miss Sharice Tate, the grease lady. If y'all looking for some hair grease, we don't want to judge nobody. We don't want to talk about nobody.
Can you order it online? Do you ship it?
No, I do everything myself.
No. I'm saying if I asked you, could I order some? Can I order it from you and you ship it to my house?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. That's all I was checking because I like the different hair products that are made by hand. So that's a whole nother story. I'll be running my lips. I'm gonna be quiet.
And
But
it's
yes,
family name.
She put a lot of love into her grease, and it really does grow your hair. My mother has used it. My sister has used it. My sister has had friends that used it. I was using it on my youngest child at one time. I am a very inconsistent person when it comes to a
don't
lot
feel
of
bad.
things.
Me too. Don't feel alone. You're not alone, honey. You ain't
That's my truth,
alone.
and I can handle the truth though.
That's
So,
right. That's right. That's why I said you ain't alone. Because yes, I have had to learn to be consistent. I've had to fight to be consistent. It is an everyday battle for
that's
me.
why I'm so excited that I've been here 17 whole weeks with you guys every single freaking week. Now, gotta be completely honest. There was one week that I missed. Life happens, but we've had 16 episodes. I counted the one I missed because,
I'm proud of you, sis. I'm proud
thank
of you.
you.
This is not
It's
an
been
easy thing.
difficult.
Yes, of course it is. Anytime you put yourself out in the public's eye, whether it's 10 people or 10,000 people, humans are going to human. So be
And
authentically
not only
you,
that,
and
but
that's
sis,
it.
not only that, but I was so unhappy and going through a deep depression. And it was in the midst of doing these podcasts that I realized, Negro, you unhappy. Like that was one of the things, like this show, the Sensual Eccentric podcast, set me free in a lot of ways because I was just call myself going around my happy little life and just what I thought was a happy little life, chilling, and all the while I was messed up. And a couple of weeks ago, I had to talk about it, and the topic was faking it till you make it ain't fun and it ain't no fair. And that right there, along with the topic, what was it? When is enough truly enough? Them two right there, baby. If y'all ain't seen them, go back and watch those. Like, oh my gosh, so very heartfelt, informative, um, just illuminating, and it helped me so much. I was gonna quit for a while because I wasn't healthy mentally and psychologically. Emotionally, I wasn't healthy. And I'm like, I'm struggling, and I don't mind struggling while I'm here, but I want to give people a good show. I don't have to be my best, but I want to put on the best broadcast that I could possibly put on. So I was gonna stop. And Spirit was like, just take it one day at a time. You get to a Wednesday, you don't feel like it, and you say, hey, I'm too effed up in the mind, I can't do this, then hey, don't do it. But don't just all around, let's flat out quit, because you're building something and you're being consistent, and this is helping you with being consistent. And so here I am.
It's
Hey,
hard
y'all.
being consistent. It's hard being consistent. And like I said, pat yourself on the back because despite it all, baby, you still here.
Yes, indeed.
Despite
Thank
it
you so much, boo.
all, despite it all, you still here. Don't let me get the preacher child, but go ahead on. I'm so
No,
sorry.
we like that over here. I don't.
Listen, I'm
Oh,
rowdy. I'm rowdy.
we are going to. I ain't trying to hypnotize nobody with this thing dangling right here because I'm already magical.
I
We
like
are
it.
going.
You looking beautiful. I'm sorry. I meant to say that. I love it. Go ahead. You got it.
Thank you, boo. We are going to do our final thoughts. I'm going to say once again, you are tuning in to the Sensual Eccentric podcast, and you are watching on the Intellectual Soapbox. Like, comment, subscribe, share, join us. We're here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 4 Pacific Standard Time. Or maybe they call that Mountain Time. I don't know. This, yeah. So we're gonna let Chocolate give her final thoughts. Miss Tate is gonna give her final thoughts, and then yours truly, I will give my final thoughts. Let's get it, ladies.
All right. I will say this. Um, I was trying to be consistent with being out here. As again, I will give mad props to any woman who is comfortable on YouTube or in social media. So kudos to you. I know I haven't been able to be here to support, but I try to come by, like, share, or say something. We all deserve that. And I think that even with us being online, we need a support system. We need a call tree. We need to make sure we're okay with each other because it's fun. It can be fun, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
So that's all I wanted to
definitely.
say. Thank you for always welcoming me when I come over here. I know I'm a hot mess, but I thank you very much. You know I got much love. Shout out to you. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Miss Tay, or is it Tay?
Tate.
Okay.
Tate. Yes, ma'am. All right. I'm gonna hang out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, boo. And I remember that we gonna talk afterwards, so I got you. Miss Tate. If I'm not mistaken, is your first time live on YouTube?
It is. I've done videos, but that's it. And my nerve was like, girl, make an excuse at the last minute. You can't do this. Hey, I got through it. I'm here. I'm fine.
You know, that makes me think about the opposite of the topic. Sometimes there is a sabotager in us that lies to us. And that sabotaging spirit tried to lie to you and get you not to be here, but you knew your truth and you were able to handle it and you came and you conquered. You were such a wonderful co-host. Look, we may make her permanent, guys, because like Chocolate was saying, I need a support system. I don't like being by myself. I
Yeah.
be struggling up here. I'm pretty sure I do a great job, but y'all, I be struggling. It's nerve wracking. I don't like looking at myself. I can't see who in here with me. If people are in the background, it's like this is it's mental as well as it is psychological. But final thoughts in general, final thoughts on the topic, just final thoughts.
I don't have anything. I think it was a fantastic show. This being my first time. Um, is it okay to put for Miss Chocolate to put her information out there so I can look and see how to find her and
I
support her as
did.
well?
I did, Miss Tay. I put it in back there. I put my Instagram and my telephone number.
How do I look and find her?
So
So
there is a box at the bottom of the screen that looks like a message like when you send a message on the telephone.
Okay, I got it.
Click that and the messages will be in there.
I got it. I see it.
Okay, so my final thoughts. What can I say? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Usually my final thoughts are I reiterate a point that I've already made. And I think this evening will be no different. One really important point that I made earlier today, I said, you have to know yourself in order to handle the truth. You have to be, and even if you don't know yourself as well as you think you should or you want to, it takes a lot of maturity and acceptance to handle the truth. Know that if someone is telling you something, unless they're judgmental and it's somebody that you really don't F with, but if it's somebody that got your back and they're coming to you in love, anything that they say to you, in my opinion, of course, should be evaluated. Just take things into consideration. You don't have to agree right off the bat. So process it. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, days, if not years, to finally understand that what somebody told you, they were right. And there's nothing wrong with you not accepting the truth right away. But if you can handle it, if you could just think that maybe they be right and you dissect it and go through it, then you'll be doing yourself a huge favor. I am Galaxy Venus. This is the Sensual Eccentric podcast, and we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. One love, much love, all the time. Mwah.
Grab hold of my hand. I feel you understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit. Your eyes tell the truth.